Howdy, my name is Garcia, and today I, along with Angelyn Hilton and Estefany Fuentes, will be talking to you about Christo's Over the River project. So, who is Christo, you might ask? Well, he is a Bulgarian artist born Christo Vladimirov Javachev, and he focuses his art mainly on public works where it's displayed. And he was married to John Claude Donat, and together they collaborated on a couple projects until she passed away in 2009. And his latest, the Over the River project, which is in progress, is an ode to her. So a little bit about the overview of his artwork. Like I said, he focuses on public art, and the main thing that he likes to do are installations. His work is almost always temporary. It usually is on display for about 2 weeks to no more than a couple months. And what he likes to do is he likes to get these fabric panels and cover things with them. He did one where he covered a castle with sheets, and he's done art displays where he covers trees with sheets, which is a little controversial. But he's known for the gates, which was displayed in New York City Central Park. And the background here is a picture of that. As you can see, there's all these installations in the park, and yeah, you can see these people walking through it. So what is the plan for the Over the River project? Well, Christo plans to suspend 5.9 miles of silvery luminous fabric high above the Arkansas River. Over a 42-mile stretch, he wants to do this between Salida and Canyon City in south central Colorado. So, the fabric panels, they'll be suspended at 8 distinct areas along the Arkansas River. Christo selected these areas for the aesthetic merits and technical viability. And assuming that his project gets the permits that he needs and all the approval from the surrounding counties and the courts and people, his Over the River project should be exhibited in August of 2015 for a period of 2 weeks. So here's just a map of Colorado, and there's Salida and there's Canyon City, and in between there is where Christo plans to set up his Over the River project.
Howdy, my name is Angelyn Hilton, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the environmental impacts of Christo's Over the River project. The Department of Interior's Bureau of Land Management prepared an environmental impact statement, or EIS, based on 3 alternative methods. Each of these alternative methods is expected to have a different result on the wildlife and terrestrial wildlife that lives along the Arkansas River. The problem is that nothing has ever been done to this scale before. Therefore, the EIS was inconclusive due to a lack of background information and may not be reliable. There is a lot of wildlife that lives along the Arkansas River in Colorado. Among these is about 23 different endangered or threatened species which could be impacted due to the installation. Some of these endangered species include bald eagles, golden eagles, peregrine falcons, Mexican spotted owls, northern river otters, and several species of bats, fish, and plants. One of the big problems that they're suspecting is with bighorn sheep. They're expected to be moderately affected, but the reproductive cycle of the bighorn sheep is quite delicate and can easily be hindered due to construction or tourist activities. In addition, additional stress that's caused to the bighorn sheep could cause an increase in steroid secretions, which could lead to them being more susceptible to pathogens. Besides the bighorn sheep and these 23 endangered and threatened species, over 1,600 birds that live along the river could be displaced. There's also a lot of vegetation that exists along the Arkansas River. Introduction of invasive weeds and other vegetation is a possibility since construction workers and tourists will be tracking in and out of the area. In addition, spores and other plant pathogens also often can stick to our clothes or our shoes and can also be brought into the area which may not have been adapted to these pathogens before. Water quality is another big issue. Millions of people from all over the world come to the Arkansas River to go whitewater rafting, but this could all come to an end. There could be pollution from construction and tourism caused by the Over the River project, and the natural cycling could be blocked due to the silvery material that covers the Arkansas River. This could block the normal sedimentation that occurs there. As a response to the environmental concerns, the Bureau of Land Management has come up with several environmental mitigation measures in order to increase the impact or decrease the impact. For bighorn sheep, for example, habitat treatment sites have been established in Parkdale. There's also an adaptive management program, and there are raptor buffer zones and seasonal restrictions in place. For avian wildlife, cables marked with avian flight diverters will be put in place so that birds can continue on their normal migratory process. In addition, there's also the Migrant Bird Treaty Act and Bald and Gold Eagle Protection Act there to protect the avian wildlife. Aquatic wildlife, like I said, is also a big issue. However, they think that at least 40% of the light will still pass through the silver material, and that carp might actually benefit from this blockage of light.
Howdy, my name is Estefany Fuentes, and today I'll be talking to you about the rulings and some lawsuits filed against Christo's project. So, despite the obvious environmental impacts, the final EIS identified no significant impact to terrestrial, aquatic, or avian wildlife by the project. Therefore, the Bureau of Land Management record of decision gave federal approval to Christo on November the 7th, 2011. However, there was some opposition, especially by a group called Rise Over the Arkansas River, and they followed two lawsuits. The first one was against state parks, and basically their lawsuits aiming to block construction because they feel land managers violated federal law in approving the plan and gauging its environmental impacts. And they feel that the whole reason why his project was approved is because there's money interest that will benefit outsiders instead of actual people from Colorado. And the second lawsuit against the Bureau of Land Management, Rohr argues that the Bureau of Land Management violated federal land management and environmental laws when approving Christo's project. And of course, there were appeals to the Department of Interior and Board of Land. But Christo was still awarded the Fremont County Temporary Use Permit, and Fremont County is one of the counties that is close to the area in which he's going to set up his project. However, he was still waiting for the special event permit, which would allow him to begin his project this year, but since the permit has not gone through and there's still more deliberation over it, his project has been moved back to 2015. So, as you can see, there are two sides to this project idea of his. You have the artistic side, which those that love art will support, and you have the environmental impacts, which concern people when it comes to the unique aquatic, avian, and terrestrial wildlife that's located by the Arkansas River. And these are our references. Thank you.